In this video, we'll learn how to use another assessment module in Moodle. This time, we'll be using the assignment. An assignment is a module that can be used to communicate tasks to students, and it allows students to then submit work for the teacher to grade. To add an assignment, click on the gear icon and then click on Turn Editing On. Then click on Add an Activity or Resource, and assignment should be the first option in the list. We'll start by giving our assignment a name and a description. We'll also choose whether we would like the description to display on the course page. We also have an option to provide our students with additional files to help them with the assignment. Now let's get into some of the settings for the assignment module. Our first group of settings is the availability settings. Here, just like with the quiz, we can set when we would like submissions to open. We can set a due date and a cutoff date. And for the assignment, we can set a remind me to grade by date. Under submission types, we can set how we would like our students to submit work to this assignment. We have two options, online text or file submissions. If we choose file submissions, we need to choose the maximum number of files that a student can upload. We can also set the size limit for the file. And finally, we can choose the accepted file types that can be submitted to this assignment. Under feedback types, we can choose how we would like to give feedback to our students. For this example, we'll choose feedback comments. Note that you can choose multiple feedback types for an assignment. Under submission settings, the require students to click the submit button option will allow students to keep a draft version of their assignment before they submit it. If you have a submission statement, we can enable this option, and we can also set how many attempts we would like to give students to submit to this assignment and how we would like the attempts to be reopened. We have two options, manually or automatically until pass. If we choose manually, the teacher will need to manually reopen the attempt for students. We'll notice that a new option appeared, the maximum attempts, where we can choose how many attempts we want to give students. Under group submission settings, we can set whether this is a group project or an individual project. Under notifications, we can set whether or not we would like to be notified about submissions or late submissions. And under grade, we can set the maximum grade for this assignment, how we want this assignment to be graded, and we can set the pass grade. I'll set the maximum grade to 50, and under grading method, we'll leave it at simple direct grading for now. Under grade to pass, I'll set it to 40 points. And finally, under activity completion, just like with all the other modules, we can set how we want this activity to be marked as complete. Once you're done setting up the assignment, click on Save and Display. This is what an assignment will look like to a teacher. Here you can get an overview of the learners in your course, how many learners have submitted work to their assignment, and how many assignments need grading. I'll sign in as a student and add a submission, and then we'll come back to the teacher and take a look at how we can grade that submission. We can see now that the table has changed. Under submitted, we have one user who has submitted an assignment, and under grading, we have one assignment that needs to be graded. We can either choose to view all the submissions or jump straight into grading the submissions. This is what the grading workflow will look like. At the top of the page, we have the student's information, so we know whose work we are grading. To the right, we can change which user's work we want to grade. And in the main section of the page, we have the student's submission. You can download the student's assignment, view it, and then give the student a grade, along with some feedback comments. We can then choose whether we would like the student to get another attempt at this assignment.